Sun-kissed water dances along the shore. Watching over it in full pirate regalia is the iconic Goro Majima, the titular character of Like a Dragon pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. As I step into his sandy boots, I'm in awe. It's been a decade since we first got to play as Majima in 2015's Yakuza 0, and he's come a long way from the streets of Osaka, Japan, where the bulk of his story in that game took place. However, there is more than a touch of the familiar for returning fans. Set 6 months after 2024's turn-based RPG Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Majima now finds himself in Hawaii. After washing ashore dehydrated and amnesiac before being saved by a young boy called Noah, Majima befriends a cat called Goro that is almost definitely a tiger and sets out to become a pirate. It's a reach beyond the usual soap opera levels of farce and drama we've come to expect from the series, something RGG Studio chief producer Hiroyuki Sakamoto explained was in an effort to surprise fans. "You have to think of ways to think outside the box," he said, perhaps underselling the situation. As for why we're getting a pirate spin-off, Sakamoto admits RGG Studio just wanted to think of the weirdest thing Majima could do. It's Majima. You can't make a serious Majima game. Those of us who played Yakuza 0 and Kiwami 2's additional content will know how serious the Yakuza turned pirate's tale has been at times. If you're concerned the latest Like a Dragon title will abandon that, Sakamoto disagrees. "We want to show people what a Like a Dragon title can be," he said, adding that the game will explore emotional connections between people. While the deeper story details still remain a mystery to me after roughly 2 hours with the game, I'm delighted to say that Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is a strong return to real-time combat. With 2 combat styles, Mad Dog and Sea Dog, Majima swings swords, shoots pistols, fires a hook, and delivers the usual flurry of rapid punches and kicks to outfox foes. The real thrill comes from chaining attacks together using the hook to close distances on enemies before sending them into the air and jumping up to combo them like a swashbuckling Spider-Man, before delivering a devastating blow on the way back down. Other moves of note include throwing swords out as boomerangs before hitting triangle on PS5 upon their return to administer a heat action, a cinematic sequence where Majima zealously buries his blades into his opponents. During the session, we were told by RGG staff to be mindful of healing items in our inventory, a friendly warning that was of huge benefit. While the regular enemies that patrol the sunny shores and decks don't ask much of the player, special enemies that give bounties are much tougher. The first one was available at the start of our playtime, and he was a fun challenge as I figured out the controls. However, there's a whole other kind of combat to master in this game. The rest of Majima's adventure plays out on the ocean, with an enormous pirate ship under his command. When the initial trailer dropped, comparisons were made to Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and it's easy to see why. Sailing the waters around Hawaii grants access to other islands, including full areas to explore and some smaller ones with treasure to be found. But upon the waves, there be scallywags. And Like a Dragon's new Nautical Combat comes in here. Your vessel can be kitted out with various firearms, from machine guns to cannons to flamethrowers, energy beams, and more. Your machine guns fire dead ahead, while your other weapons can be mounted on either the starboard or port sides of the ship, meaning you'll need to line up your shots before pulling the trigger. You can also ram into your foes, but that may leave your own ship vulnerable, especially when outnumbered. When engaging ships in the Pirates Coliseum, a watery arena where you can challenge an array of enemies, you'll need to board the opposition's vessel after reducing their ship's HP to 0. This leads to a brawler section where Majima and his crew duke it out until one side loses all their sailors. It makes for a climactic ending to the battle, with your crew toasting their success with flagons raised high as Majima gleefully smiles. Being a Like a Dragon title, there are plenty of mini-games to distract you from Majima's swashbuckling. From karaoke to Dragon Kart, there are plenty of returning fan favorites, as well as card games like blackjack and poker if you're really missing Balatro. The cooking game is particularly useful, serving up an item that can be used to feed Majima and his crew. Aboard Majima's ship, he can hold feasts and parties to boost his shipmates' experience and morale. You can also interact with individual crew members, offering gifts to raise their levels. It's also worth pointing out that some crew members can be acquired by beating certain enemies in the Coliseum. Above all, the ability to customize Majima's outfit and ship is what really got its hooks into me. The range of the wardrobe is impressive, featuring all manner of pirate attire, as well as signature looks like Majima's Yakuza 0 outfit or the Joryu suit from Like a Dragon Gaiden, to name but a few. The ship takes it up a notch, allowing players to paint the whole thing pink with matching accessories in what is clearly a loving tribute to Goromi, Majima's drag persona from Yakuza Kiwami. There are other colours and accessories, but it proved too hard for me to turn down roaming the high seas in my future flagship. Just call me Goarby. I'm so sorry. With just over a month until Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii releases, the intriguing tale of Captain Goro Majima is almost here. While I was initially quite relaxed about the wait for the next title in my joint favourite series, eternally in competition with the Persona franchise, my brief time with the title has me at fever pitch. The real-time combat feels more exciting than ever with its chaotic combos, while the ship battles add another level of fun. Returning to Hawaii is another boon, as Infinite World's map is huge and packed with things to do. Above all, I just can't wait to find out what the devil is going on with Majima's pirate phase. Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii releases February 21st, 2025 on PC, PS4 and 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series XS. Will ye be playing this one? If so, what are you most looking forward to about it? Let us know in the comments and stick with GamesRadar for the biggest 2025 releases.